What's up everyone, John from ARTV. How was your Black Friday? Did you get to pick up anything for Record Store Day Black Friday edition? I got a couple here, Churches, and of course Green Day's live record that was limited to 5,000. So I hope you guys got out there and supported your local record shop if you were able to today. Today, it's time for a review of Walk the Moon, the indie electro, alt pop, indie rock, there's a lot of labels you could throw on them, band's second album. It's called Talking is Hard. It's their second official release. I Want was released in 2010, but a lot of those songs were re-recorded, reworked a little bit, and released on RCA on the self-titled record in 2012. Really enjoyed that album, but I'm absolutely blown away by how much I am loving Talking is Hard. I think what's really gripping me here is just the nice balance of synthesizers, guitars, the 80s sensibilities with the modern twist. There's something for everyone here on this album. I think they've definitely created something different. They didn't try to replicate the success of that first album. Obviously they had a hit in Tightrope and Anna Sun, the music video for that one kind of going viral. Talking is Hard, however, does go in a different direction. I think it's a lot more synth heavy at times, but they also break out kind of the disco and funk inspired guitars. It's nice to see them kind of growing and transforming as a band. It's not often that an album gets so easily embedded in my head, but I've already found myself singing aloud, Up to You, and even humming the melody of Different Colors throughout my day. This band has a knack for building up tension and then paying off big time. The track Up to You is a prime example of that. Kind of has that big build-up like I talked about, and then the howled chorus just comes in, kind of separating the vocals and the guitar right there in the middle with the instrumentation. Everything about this track just comes in, cuts through the tension like a knife, and just turns into a monster of a tune. Down in the Dumps is another cut that delivers on nearly every level. It starts off sounding like it might be kind of a synth-laden ballad, but then the drums kick in big time as the vocals grow in their enthusiasm. It really just captures the listener and does not let go. I think dance rock is a term that definitely applies to Walk the Moon. With their huge 80s-ready synthesizers firing off on personal favorites like Portugal, and the vocal harmony heavy Work This Body. It really seems to draw inspiration from older styles of music and really just greets us with a warm feeling. Lead singer Nick Patrick really just has a unique set of pipes, but there's a few moments where I can't help but say to myself, you know what? This sounds oddly like the 1975. Granted, Walk the Moon did exist first, but the vocals on the track Avalanche, and hell, even the guitar, synth, and bass sound like something the 1975 might have had right up their sleeve. That being said, it does not ruin this track for me. I just thought it was something worth noting. I already mentioned loving Up to You, Work This Body, Portugal, Down in the Dumps, Different Colors. You get the point. But what else am I loving here? Obviously the single Shut Up and Dance is a top favorite if you saw my track review of that song. I will link it down below if you have not seen that. But to sum it up, it's the perfect, insanely catchy, disco-flavored pop rock track that I had been waiting for all year long unknowingly. You'll find yourself air guitaring, air synthing, and just singing along at the top of your lungs to this track before you know it. Spend Your Money is another one that's quickly worked its way up to the top of my favorites. There's something about the message of this song. It's presented in kind of a comedic way, but it's also super true and super effective. There's some really infectious guitar riffs separating the vocals during the chorus, and this song is really just an absolute powerhouse, which I can see being a huge hit when this is played live, just really making the audience come to life. Squealing synths, loud guitars, I absolutely cannot get enough of this song. There's a couple of slower, slightly more moody cuts that finish out this record, and both are surprisingly effective. Come Under the Covers is kind of your classic changing of the seasons relationship tune, with a killer but simple bass line really adding a lot to this track, and lyrics that just speak of the sexual chemistry between a couple. The closing song, Aquaman, which of course gets the award for best and most clever title on this record, is a vision kind of a tropical paradise. At least that's what I'm getting. That's what the lyrics and the music are telling me here on this track. The islandy styled synth is so tangible and so important to the texture of this song, popping up after the choruses and various other parts of this track. I think I'm loving it so much just because it really sets the mood and paints the picture of an album fading out to sea. It might not sound like any of the other songs on this album, but at the same time it fits perfectly. That's why this whole album really just works so well together as a whole. I can't leave without appreciating the slow-burning gem We Are the Kids and the oh-so-hooky Sidekick, but I really do have to detail my appreciation for the track Portugal. It begins, and really it's just centered on this uber-catchy synth line. It's loud and it suits Patrika's voice in such a way that it helps evoke even more emotion from him as a singer. Whenever your instrumentation surrounding the song works that well together to actually make more of a reaction from a listener, you know you're doing something right. The drums on this track feel really slick, powerful, kind of offbeat at times, but that's really what makes them so charming. So like I mentioned, I really did enjoy the self-titled Walk the Moon album, but I'm absolutely blown away at how quickly I fell in love with Talking Is Hard. Every band member really stepped up to the plate on this one and offered us something to dig into in really every aspect of Talking Is Hard. I'm extremely impressed, and I really hope to catch them live sometime within the next year. It's a perfect score from me, guys. I'm feeling a solid 5 out of 5. If you'd like to hear this amazing record, you can hear the official stream on Spotify now. Link is down below, along with my track review of Shut Up and Dance, and of course my review of the 2012 self-titled album, and all of my social media links. If you do enjoy my reviews, please consider donating to the channel. You can find more information in those top 2 links in the description down below. Thanks for watching, smashing that like button of course, and sharing this channel with a friend and helping us grow as ARTV. And of course, if you've got a request for an album you'd like to see me tackle right here on this channel, of course, keep in mind I will be busy the next couple of weeks working on the year-end countdown list. I know you guys are excited. I've got several of those on the way, but of course, if you do have a suggestion, feel free to leave it down below. And of course, I want to know your thoughts on this Walk the Moon album, so make sure to leave those down below as well. I'll see you very soon right here on ARTV, Beyond the Reviews.